Everyone. I'm Pandora, and today I wanted to show you a small indie game called Waiting Room. It was made by my dear friend rknull, so please send them some love. Now, without any more waiting, let's start the game. Beep. Airport, office, hospital. This is where people come to sit down and wait. You have to wait for your airplane. You don't have to wait. You can just stand up and go. Buying food or looking for a book to read during your flight doesn't feel like waiting. It's more like passing time. If the airport is a microcosmos cut off from the rest of reality, then a doctor's office is like a prison cell. Being asked to sit down and wait feels weird. It reminds me of being sent to the school principal's office without really knowing why or what is about to happen to you. You sit down and wait well, for time to just pass while you stare at the wall opposite from you, as doing anything else would be considered inappropriate. You have designed entire halls, rooms, buildings around the concept of waiting. Places you go to let time pass consciously and painfully slow. But why? To wait until something happens? Hmm? Hello? Hi. Wait a minute. Hi. Hey there. I can do that too. Hi. Okay. Joke's over. I'll go back into my corner now. No. Wait. Did the wrong thing. There. Worked perfectly. uh, could I maybe get some space, please? I'm bored. Do you want to talk? Uh, sure. Uh, sure, I guess. Yay, I'm so bored. It's winter, so it's still dark out. The waiting room is dimly illuminated by a sterile light from above. Even the coughs and sniffs of the other patients in the room don't manage to drown out the endless buzzing of the fluorescent lights. My eyes wander around the room. It's fairly early, yet there's already a whole group of people waiting. It's way too early to be waiting. Before I can lean back into my uncomfortably hard chair, I feel the girl from before pull at my coat. The little girl is sitting on a red plastic chair next to me. She's fidgeting in her seat, steadily rocking back and forth. Her short legs barely even reach the floor. Hey, are you even listening? Not really. I tried to blink a few times to prevent my eyes from falling shut. No, not the early morning doctor's appointments. Are you not bored? I'm so bored. Yeah, I'm bored. I squint my eyes to inspect the strange kid. Her face is buried into a green vest that's way too big for her. She's wearing worn-down brown boots. She glances back at me, seemingly upset about my lack of enthusiasm and the overall situation. I think back to when my mother used to drag me everywhere. Her appointments, her group workouts. I was bored out of my mind back then. I don't remember much about my childhood, but I remember spending a long time waiting for my mother. Where's your mom? She's not here right now. Not here? I repeat her answer, and then I look around the room again. None of the other people in the room even seem to acknowledge her, aside from a few annoyed glances. This wouldn't be as weird if this wasn't a gynecologist's office. My parents say I'm pretty mature for my age, you know. I bet you are. My mind is too tired to question what a little girl would need to visit a gynecologist on her own, and I'm partially glad I don't have to think about the answer. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Yeah. My mama says I should be more responsible. So, that's why you're here? I want to practice being an adult. I smile to myself. How ironic. I'm practicing being an adult too. She swings her small legs back and forth, blissfully unaware of the angry glances the older women in the room are shooting at her. I check my phone. It's almost 9 a.m. I've been sitting here for an hour already. My mom is probably getting ready for work right about now. She doesn't know I'm here. I'd usually be at university at this time. I'm a good student, and I make her proud. I've been sick lately, and she can't seem to understand. Why are you rushing to the doctor again? You should wait it out. It'll just solve itself, I'm sure. Aren't you tired? Aren't you just so tired? I've got fungus growing in my stomach, and it's spreading to my brain. How long will it take until I lose my mind? You're an adult, right? What did I do? She's tugging at my coat again. I have to be a bunch of places all at once. Spend all their free time praying. I'm not a religious person, so I have to be at a bunch of places all at once. I like running around. Well, no. You're somehow always in a hurry, and still barely on time, despite never slowing down. Life moves awfully fast when you're an adult. I don't think you're able to catch up to it. She tilts her head and lets out a small sigh, as if physically preparing for what's still to come in her life. Never had a careless childhood. It only got worse the older I got. Growing up, I knew that a happy life would always be out of reach for me. The only thing that really changed was my body. Contrary to most people, I can't even find a safe place in the corners of my own memory. If I were to go back in time, I'd only arrive at a terribly lonely place. But you can't exactly tell that to a kid, and assuming that she may understand my way of reasoning would be way too cruel. No wonder they are always in a hurry. Spend too much time sitting down and doing nothing. My mama is asleep all the time. She must be tired then. Why not play with your father? I don't like my dad. I don't know what else to say, so I turn my head away. A woman across from me hesitantly stands up after one of the receptionist ladies butchers her last name. She looks young, maybe a couple years older than me. I can easily tell that she's nervous, hands clasped together and all. A nurse shows up and guides the woman into one of the examination rooms, numbered 1 to 10. I hear the older nurse mutter something. The only word that I can manage to make out is pregnancy. They disappear into the hallway. What a weird word. Pregnancy. A bachelor's degree takes about 4 to 5 years. Getting your driver's license can take up to 1 year. An ear piercing fully heals in about 10 months. But life only takes 9. It takes 9 months of waiting to create a heart that beats steadily, a human being. Then a mother's womb cracks open like an egg. Now I'm feeling hungry. Okay. I wonder if I can grab some food after all of this is over. There probably isn't anything left at home, not that it matters. I haven't had one of Mom's home-cooked meals in what feels like ages. I should be old enough to cook for myself by now. At least that's what everyone around me says. But buying the right ingredients, following the recipe, checking if the meat is cooked and the sauce isn't too watery, it's just way too stressful. And once you mess up, you're stuck with a nasty meal. I don't think there's anything more depressing than forcing yourself to eat the embodiment of your shameful, pitiful existence. An omelette that tastes like nothing and bacon smothered in oil. That's what I am. Don't get me started on how long it takes to prepare. Why does boiling a pot of rice take so long anyway? I'll just get a pack of instant noodles on my way home. Before I can get out my phone to check for convenience stores nearby, the girl grabs my arm with her small fingers. You want to see something cool? She puts one hand into the oversized pocket of her vest and starts digging. It takes a few seconds for her to grasp whatever it is that she wants to show me. Look! Look! There's a worn-down keychain in her little hand. It's a metallic bear with detachable limbs that rattle around when they move. I squint my eyes, but the dim lights make it impossible to figure out the writing on its metal stomach. It's pretty cute, right? Where did you get it from? From my dad. He got it from somewhere. I don't have any keys, so I just keep it in my pocket. You want to take a closer look? I nod. The girl hesitantly hands me the keychain. The metal is cold to the touch. Its limbs dangle around, bent backwards, and to the side. It looks a bit morbid. The bear is cute. The material is rough and lifeless. I grab the chain, which is conveniently attached to the bear's head, and dangle it around for a bit. Berlin, 2003. That's what the letters on its stomach say. Huh? I hold it in my palm and bring it closer to my face until the bear is staring back at me. You know, My parents and I actually visited Berlin at the same time. I was about 10 back then. I really hated traveling with my parents. I still do. It always took so long. I couldn't wait for the days to just pass. Museums, fancy restaurants, audio guides. I didn't care for that stuff. Now that I think about it, my dad also got me a keychain back then. It's weird, because I remember wanting a card game. A card game with cuter looking bears on it. I really wonder where that keychain is now. The girl interrupts my thoughts by trying to grab the bear from my hands. Give it back now! Hey, what's wrong? I'm still looking. I raise the keychain above my head. Its limbs move and clank against the metal body. The girl whines in frustration, quickly standing up on a plastic chair to gain a bit of height. My brain. The chair creaks. Hey, what's your problem? She pulls at my coat and arm. This is mine! There's a familiar desperation in her voice. A child being unable to conquer this giant world, standing in front of a mountain. I feel like my dad. Okay, here, take it. I hand her the keychain. The girl grabs it and immediately falls back into her chair. She proceeds to hide the bear in her palm, touching it tight. I remember this feeling. Fear. Shame. The vulnerability of being a child. Fragile, yet enduring. Trying to stay kind in a world that hates your innocence. As a kid, you don't really have any other choice. You're born good until it's beat out of you. I don't miss being a kid. I don't ever want to go back. The girl, still cowering in her chair, glances up at me. And then, a smile. So, you remember, don't you? What? This warm, wet feeling, like a mother's womb. The fluorescent lights are buzzing. The sun is rising from outside the window. The waiting room is dyed deep red. You're not scared, are you? In fact, you're probably used to these kinds of unforgiving, violent realizations. It's too late now. There's no going back. She reaches out to hold my hand. The metallic keychain in her hand feels strangely warm now. Do you want to become a part of the egg? Huh. Yes. And a lot of yes. I mean, since we don't have a choice, might as well go all the way. Yes, 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 yes. In an instant, an overwhelming sense of grief washes over me. I shut my eyes. I can't bear the red anymore. The world around me feels like thick liquid. The cheap chair loses its form, sinking into a floor which doesn't exist anymore. This world is melting and being reborn into something else. I don't ask why this is happening to me. The girl is right. It feels like I should know. I should know why this is happening right now. But I don't. In fact, I wonder why the receptionist hasn't called my name yet. It's been over an hour. My face probably melted off right about now. I can't help but feel this is the end. The only thing that keeps me from turning into a thick broth is this little girl squeezing my hand tight. Don't worry, you've been here before. I slowly start to remember that I have a body, one that can move and breathe. Regaining control of my mouth is difficult. It feels like it's not even there anymore. My eyes can't see anything. There's nothing here. Where did everything go? It hasn't been created yet. So, I'm dead? It feels like I'm dead. You're in a place before life. I feel someone's heart vibrating through the thick fluid. You know, this is kinda nice. One existence is fun. I just get to swim around and listen to my own thoughts. No places to be, no classes, no bus stops, no waiting room. But, you know, I really want to go home now. Why? This is better than life and less painful than dying. You wanted this. When I was your age, I probably would have wanted this. A place that feels like a never-ending, eternal hug. Life isn't anything like this, though. So, it's true. Once you have tasted life, you are unable to return to your truthful form. You have grown to be bigger than the corners of the womb. You chose suffering. How ironic. This is not just me. It's not just me out there anymore. I still have things to do. It's no use. You can't bring yourself to sever the tie that binds us. I know how you really feel. This place materialized out of my desire to be cared for. As long as it persists, you will never be able to leave. So, this is it? This is it. Despite all of it, she still holds onto my hand. She's hesitant, like she's doubting her own words. The only thing I know for sure, in the sea of primordial life, is that there is a child that doesn't want to let go of my hand. Going back home must be scary. The way you'd rather choose to not exist at all. I know how that feels, but I can't help you. I need to move on. I can't go back. I'd rather die. There's no one there. It's empty. Time has already passed. Everyone else has already moved on to the next stage of life. Just like you. But I'm still here. It reeks of old furniture and stale bathwater. My bed hasn't been made in years. Please. Please stay. We'll stay. If she asks like that, I mean, how can we not? In the deep darkness of the womb, I envisioned a little girl smiling at me. Her presence feels comforting. Just like her, I don't really want to let go either. I don't want to leave her. I won't leave you. Are you sure? You asked me to. didn't you? I didn't think you'd say yes. I thought you'd leave. You were right. This is exactly what I've always wanted. I don't have anywhere else to go. I know. Nostalgia, warm and gentle like a tight hug, pulls me in. My childhood may have no safe place to return to, but somewhere beyond the water, there must be my old house, my old bed. I wonder if there's a place for me in this messed up past, since it's none in the present. Lucky you, you never had to grow up. Bad times sound so bad when you're too young to understand. When you grow up, you realize, and all you can think about is the wasted years of your youth. Months, years, decades. Why does it take so long to get better? I'm giving up on waiting for a happier life. The girl shuffles closer to me until I can feel her weight pressing against my arm. She is sniffing and sobbing into my sleeve. Her cries are dull and quiet against the thickness of the water. I'm just like her, in the worst way possible. I don't move until the girl finally goes quiet and realizes and releases my arm from her desperate grasp. She doesn't let go of my hand yet. I'm not going anywhere. I know. Let's go back home. I want to see all the toys I've lost over the years. They're exactly where you left them. I smile at the thought. As we move our bodies through the liquid, still holding on to each other. I think back one last time to the old waiting room. The comfortable plastic chairs, the I can't. For me, everything is comfortable. Oh, I'm sorry. The uncomfortable plastic chairs, stale smell, and the first rays of sunshine hitting the grey curtains. None of that exists, and will never exist here. Things here won't get better, but at least they won't get worse. And it was one of the two endings of Waiting Room. I will post a link to the game in the description, so you can check it out yourself, see what the other ending is. Maybe a happier one? So, thanks for playing, thanks for watching, and see you again some other day. Bye!